Trucking down the whiskey roads, dusty dreams a heavy load. Night will fall where the sunlight fades, hearts are wandering aimless strays. Old guitar and a lonesome tune, stars will light the prairie moon. Feet are tired but the spirit's high, whiskey roads we drank the sky. Dusty dreams and open plains, aching hearts with no restraint, finding hope in a sip so deep. On whiskey roads we sow and reap. Rustic barns and silent fields, broken dreams that time conceals. Yet we march on through the haze, in our hearts a fire blaze. Dusty dreams and open plains, aching hearts with no restraint, finding hope in a sip so deep. On whiskey roads we sow and reap. Ruddy boots and miles to go, every shadow tells us so. Through the pain and through the cheer, dusty dreams bring us near.
I've not been down on the creek bottom down there yet. Only over by the cabin that's, you can see it in the distance there. So the cabin we're at before was over that way. You can barely see the rooftop. It's an old, probably 1930-40 cabin, house, whatever you want to call it. Somebody lived there for quite a while. The corral, I'm gonna go back and spend time there. I've not really hit much there. That has square nails and round nails, so it's got some history there. Saw that nice herd of mule deer earlier down below. Watched them for quite a while. That was fun. They took off and went up into the hills that way. I'm sure they'll come back and bed down along the creek. Water, food, protection from wind. All right, make the way down here without falling on my tail. That's a nice walk down actually right there. Check out this other flat area here. Getting hits on top of these rocks. I always like to go in these little crevices and see if I get any hits. You know, don't know what it was like hundreds of years ago, but it's not snake season either, so shouldn't have to worry about a rattlesnake. And it's this cold out. All right, I'm gonna make my way down to the stream, the creek. It's spring fed, so we'll see what kind of water is moving through. The headwater is about a quarter mile, half mile to my right. There's the creek. Let's see if the water is flowing or frozen on top. I can't quite tell from here. Early in the video, you saw me working my drone around these areas. I'm sure the surface will freeze up when it's really cold out. Yep. Pretty. Little natural dams from the water being pooled. Other ones I've seen minnows and little tiny fish, but they could be in here hiding. Cool little spot. There go some doves over there. Haven't kicked up any waterfall yet today. Oh boy, there's like 40 doves. 30, okay, 25 maybe. I think they're sitting in the grass. See if I can find anything out here. I'm gonna go up on the flat ground here. If I was to set up a camp, it'd be up here in flat areas. All right, what do we got? Something right on the surface. Bucket, maybe? Let's see. Shovel. Yeah, that's cool. Take that with. An old shovel. There you go. Well, relic hunters, I didn't find an old school relic, but definitely this is where I hook up my other GoPro to that I have in my hand right now. Put a little Velcro piece around to hold it kind of in place, and seems to work pretty good besides the one on my hat. But yeah, pulled excuse me, this old shovel. Pretty dang heavy. Feels a lot more heavy than modern stuff. I'm gonna work that fence line. People would have worked that. Maybe they dropped something along the way. You'll see there's kind of a flat trail up there, maybe. I doubt. Maybe a little path, road, who knows. Horseback riding. It's like just I think they drove a vehicle on here, maybe. Hey, Relic Hunters, it's Brian with Rush Creek Relic Hunter. Out here today on a property in western Nebraska. Came out to do a little scouting, and one of my friend's daughters just found a really cool relic on the surface without a metal detector. So she's already kicking my tail. So out on this butte and on top of this little peninsula, we're working our way back. And what'd you find, Jess?
Casing?
Yes, I think it's a 4570 casing. And right sitting on the surface. So what I'm going to do here in a moment is metal detect the area where she found it, and you found it right down here.
Right down here, right about this ground squirrel's nest.
Yeah, hopefully there's some more down here. Yeah, I was laying on the surface about like that.
Yep, that was that.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So now I'm going to take the Vortex VX9 metal detector that I brought out and see if we can find some more. So she pinpointed a location, which is really cool, and found this really nice 4570 center fire round. Get that in the sun so you can see that. Yeah, pretty cool when you're talking about a piece of property that stretches for miles in every direction, and she was able to locate that in this sea of grass. So all right, we're gonna see what we can find now. All right, Relic Hunters, we're gonna check this area and see if there's any more casings that might be underground. And so far, no metal hits. Make sure my detector's on. So if there's a casing here, we'll get a nice strike. Can I grab that casing back from me one more time, Jess? I'm going to put it on the ground just so we can see the signal and hear what it's like. So people that are out metal detecting can see what a casing on the surface sounds like. So we got a solid 78. You can see how in the multi-dimensional frequency it shows a solid 78 and the number is not changing. So that's what I'm looking for out here. See if we can get us another nice signal. But so far in this area, looks like we got a big donut. Maybe they're going after some buffalo that might have been around, or maybe elk, who knows. Some reason somebody shot a high caliber rifle from here from the old days. So anyways, we're gonna keep hunting. Thanks for coming along, and we'll record the next find. Hopefully we'll find some more off the side here. So thanks.